Most people think that selling your own journals is just a cute hobby. I created a 7-figure business out of this, and in this video I'm going to share with you how I did it and how you can learn how to create your very own guided journal business, even if you're starting from scratch. So let me take you back to the beginning. I've loved journals and planners ever since I was a little girl, but I never dreamed of creating my own planners. Not until 2013 I saw the 5-Minute Journal being released and I fell in love with it. And that was the first time I thought, oh, I wish I could create my own perfect journal, like the journal that I would love to use. It took me 7 years to make that a reality because I was filled with self-doubt. I didn't think I could do it. And I didn't know how, I didn't know how to find a manufacturer, so it felt super overwhelming to do it. In 2020, I went for it and I created my very first planner. And that planner became an ADHD planner. I personally have ADHD, and in order to succeed in business or also in my personal life, because with kids and all of that stuff going on, I needed a system that helped me. The planners that were out there didn't work for me, they overwhelmed me. So I started with a print-on-demand product first, and I saw that other people found it valuable as well, not just me. And that's when I realized, you know what, now is the moment to make my dream of creating my own planner a reality. I looked for manufacturers, which was a lot more challenging than expected, but I found some manufacturers to work with. I created my first ADHD planner in the high quality that I wanted it to be, because while print on demand was great, I didn't like the quality of the product. So I want to have a high quality product that feels nice, that looks nice, so that I can use it every day. I launched it on Amazon, and since then I have sold 45,000 copies of the ADHD planner alone. Very shortly after creating my first planner and seeing the success, because it took off very quickly, I got my very first 10K month shortly after launching, and I realized, my goodness, there is like a massive opportunity in creating planners and journals that help people with a certain topic. So I created lots and lots of different planners, and I saw my business grow over the years. I've sold over 150,000 copies of different types of planners, journals, affirmation cards, habit trackers over the years. And I've also helped other people create their very own product. So this is something that's going to be launched soon. And here's another product that has recently been launched. Through helping others, I also got the confirmation that this was not just luck, it didn't just work for me. Like, we had one successful launch after the other and one planner after the other, and it showed me there's actually a very big market that is growing year after year, where people are just craving different types of planners and journals and paper products that help them on their personal development journey, or with anything that they're passionate about, like maybe a hobby. And yeah, this is what we've done. This made me realize why journals and planners are a very smart business opportunity and business model. People were not just craving blank notebooks, they were craving a transformation. So this is not just a product, this is actually helping people with a transformation. This is also why I created the Shadow Work Journal, which is one of my favorite products that I've created, which helps people go on a deeper transformation. I also saw that there's lots of different coaches, authors, experts already creating digital products, and adding a physical transformation product showed to be really effective and something that not only gave them lots of credibility, but also helped the client in a very different way, taking things offline again. There's lots of studies that prove that using pen and paper actually has a very different effect on your brain, and that can really support a transformation. Another thing that's really cool about this is that it's evergreen. It's not just like a short launch and then it's gone. Like, a lot of these products are very timeless, so they are being purchased year after year, again and again, especially if they're solving a problem that people want to have solved. There are 3 major mistakes that I see people make when they're just starting out to create their own guided journals or planners. Mistake number 1 is people create their product before validating it. And most people then end up wasting thousands creating a product that no one actually wants. One of the key things that I've been doing with all of my own launches and client launches is we check for demand first. Is this something people want to buy? And only create a product once we know that people want to buy it. Mistake number 2. Treating this more like a hobby than as a business. If you want to have lots of sales, you need to do this with strategy and not just randomly create a product and put it out on the market. You need to make sure that the interior is following a certain flow, that it is user-friendly, and also you want to make sure whatever materials you're choosing, that they're going to make sense in the market. We want to optimize to get great sales and optimize to give people a good experience and transformation. Mistake number 3 that I see is thinking that you need a big audience in order to do well. In fact, I had no audience whatsoever when I started creating my products. And even up to today, we don't have any social media presence, we don't have an email list, we don't do anything like that for my stationery business. We will do that in the future, but we were able to grow the way we have so far without depending on an existing audience, because we are using an existing marketplace that has lots of clients already coming towards us. So if you don't have an audience, you need to make sure that you put your product somewhere where people can find it. So now let's look at the same process my clients are using to create successful stationery business. We always start with step number 1, which is research and validation. We use different tools like Helium 10 or Google Trends to analyze if there is an existing market and they're searching for what we want to offer. Ideally, you already have a few competitors because that proves that there is a market. I often hear people say like, I have this amazing idea and there's no one else in the world doing exactly that. And while that could be really cool, I have like a little red flag that pops up in my brain, because if there's no one else selling anything similar to it, it might mean that there's no truly a market. And this is not the approach that we tend to take. We want to confirm that there's a market before we actually start creating a product. Very, very crucial and one of the most important steps. I keep saying often again, your success of your product is not done through the launch. 80% of your success is determined by the choice of the product and through the validation process. Step number 2, designing and printing like a pro. When you create a beautiful product, it is truly judged by its cover. So you want to make sure that you not only create something that is easy to understand, people know what they're getting, but also you want to make sure that the interior is following a certain system. We tend to break down planners and journals into different parts and help people go through a flow so that the transformation makes sense, doesn't get too overwhelming, but at the same time it feels really valuable. Also, of course, in the end of the day, this is a physical product, so manufacturing is a key piece for success. You want to have high quality products, but also at the same time you're running a business. So if your manufacturing ends up costing you tons and tons and tons for the quality that you're desiring, you might not even be able to be profitable. What I and my clients have done, we collaborate with the best manufacturers that are out there, and together as a group, so we purchase in group, in bulk, so we get really good pricing to optimize profit as well. Profitability is something that initially was something I was very concerned about, because it wasn't that easy to find good manufacturers with high quality productions for a price that really made it very profitable. If you have good margins, you also have the budget to run Amazon ads or whatever other ads you want to do, and you have a lot more wiggle room, which is really required to have a very successful business. Step number 3, selling and scaling. Lots of people make the mistake that they don't know where they're selling, or they're not figuring out a strategy ahead of time for how they're going to sell their product. We look for marketplaces such as Amazon, where we know that there are millions of people already purchasing every single day, and put the products in front of the people where the people are. This has been very successful for ourselves and our clients. Actually, I just jumped off a one-on-one call with one of our clients that has launched her product just 3 weeks ago and has gotten almost 100 sales in one day. This is the power of a marketplace, because there are already customers searching for products, and if they find it and they find that you've created something really beautiful, it makes it obvious, right? They want to do that. And I've worked with other stationery businesses that have sold through their website before, and they all shared how challenging it is to bring people in. This is why I like to reverse engineer it. Start with the marketplace first, sell where the people are, and then afterwards create your website and then scale further through your website. But always start with marketplaces first. Those can be Amazon, that's one of my favorite ones, and then also there's places like Etsy and so on. If you've ever thought about creating your very own journal or planner affirmation card deck, now is the perfect time to do this. If you want to learn more how to do this, I put together a free workshop where I will take you through all of the steps in more detail. You can find the details in the box below, and if you already have a idea, a journal idea, plan idea, affirmation card deck idea, feel free to post it in the comments below, and I will try to answer as many as possible with my take or how I think how well that could do or not. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, have a beautiful rest of your day.